apparently a trip report. That good intro, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't have duration or expertise, and he's not like Paul or Jeb who can do this with ease. And now it's apparently too late to abort, so it's apparently a trip report.
Alright, Jackson, you go first. Alright. My Chinese food blew up.
Uh-oh.
But at least I have Auntie Anne's.
I guess this means we're gonna have to visit the cafe car.
No, I'm eating this Chinese food. I cannot have that much DiGiorno's in the course of a
fair.
week. Okay, Jackson, what are your thoughts on the Amfleet 2 seats?
They're very spacious. Look how much leg room I have.
You also have a footrest.
I have a
put down. Oh, we're leaving. Are we right on time? Ah, 3 minutes late.
All right, here we go.
Nice.
There you go. Hey.
We're taking this to Chicago.
We are gonna be on this train until, what, like 10 a.m. tomorrow?
If we're on time. I've barely had time to breathe and we're already at our first stop. Back Bay.
Chicago, here we are. High-speed rail. On Miles on Transit, you only get the best scenery, including boarded-up gas station, weird McMansion under construction, former station building with big trees and chain-link fence. More trees, but no more chain-link fence. Big apartment building. Here's another former quarry, rail fence, taking pictures of the train.
Were there foamers out there?
We got some big boulders the sizes of large boulders.
Cool.
We got us a construction yard with a bunch of more trees. And we finally got a picturesque lake. Oh, we got us a locomotive coming up.
Foamer shot.
Schomer fought.
Foamer shot. There goes the commuter rail. We're approaching Worcester. Worcester's the last stop on the commuter rail. So we'll
You mean Worcester?
You know how we've been going really slow this whole time?
No, I never noticed.
We're just 2 minutes late.
That's not terrible. They add some padding into the schedule. That's pretty cool. We're about to be doing some diner spotting. The Miss Worcester Diner. It's going to be on the left. It's going to be amazing. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I just remember that.
No. Maybe it's a short freight train.
Do short freight trains exist?
Probably
no.
Look how much legroom there is. You can literally stand. I can literally stand in front of you. We're going on a trip to the cafe car. What'd you get?
I just got a bagel. We got some cream cheese going on here. Some Philly representation.
That cream cheese is really difficult to use, so good luck.
Really? All right.
Did you just rip it off perfectly?
No, I did not rip it off at all.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right. Attempt number 2 has also failed. Now we're going for a little bit more. Okay. Here we go.
Ooh, okay.
All right. We got some cream cheese here. We got a mass.
Well, that's an interesting strategy. I usually like open up a little bit and like squirt it on, but that's actually very clever. Like open up the side of it.
I dare you to include that in the video.
Wow, look at you. You're just getting it. It's way better than I could have done.
I know how to spread.
Meanwhile, we've stopped. I mean, that's an Amtrak employee, but that's not a promising thing to see. We're waiting for a freight train, which is why we're stopped. We're gonna get stuck behind a lot of freight trains on this journey. I can just feel it.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Dining car, dining car, looking at the dining car. Technically a cafe car. Wait. This is promising. There's a freight train going by. Train is moving again.
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 Miles, where are we?
The marsh. We're getting real close to.
Springfield.
I have no idea. I don't know.
Springfield.
Seinfeld. Family Guy.
Yeah.
We're 50 minutes late.
50?
Yeah.
50? Oh, mamma mia.
We are now crossing the Connecticut River, which is perhaps my favorite river in New England.
Oh.
Besides the Charles.
We're eating snacks.
I'm eating thick on the bus.
I'm eating vegetable fish on the train.
I've never tried using this before. The Amtrak water bottle filler thing. It's hard to get it into the bottle. I might have to stop filming for this. Oh, there we go. You can sort of see it.
I've been informed I'm filming a water test.
Plumps. Wow, it actually tastes like normal water.
This is that trip report content you've been craving, folks.
Here's some New England downtown content. This is Chester. This window is so scuffed. Look at this. There's so much stuff on it.
Is that mud?
That looks like might be some mud. We just arrived in Pittsfield and there is an exodus going on here. This is one of 2 transit things a day that goes between Boston and Pittsfield. And the other one's a Greyhound. So this is the better choice. So that's why a lot of people use this just to get across Massachusetts. It's almost like it's run more than once a day.
Anybody in this car is headed to New York City?
New York City.
Anybody in this car is headed to New York City? No? No? Everybody got quiet, that's cool.
There's the way.
Wait, actually that's gorgeous. Google Maps is telling us that we might be able to see the Welcome to New York signage.
So I've got Miles' camera out the window. We're gonna see.
I'm on the edge of my seat right now, people.
Yes! Are you kidding me? That was it? That was a highway sign.
I mean, yeah, it wasn't Welcome to New York, but it did say Welcome to New York.
Spreading the news. The 3 Google ratings give this a total of 3.3 stars, because this was the Welcome to New York signage.
What would you rate that out of 5 stars?
Like 2?
Bathroom review. Standard Amtrak bathroom. Jackson, are we going the right way?
Last time I checked, the point of this train journey was to move forward on these tracks.
We're like going at a clip now. Like we're genuinely just going at a clip backwards.
I thought this was like a brief thing, but they're committing to the bit.
I think we might be slowing down. I mean, maybe
at this point, a standstill would be an improvement. Yeah, alright. Alright, good. Now we're not actively moving away from our destination.
Well, we appear to be moving again.
Yeah, they just announced that the cafe car is closed. The train just went backwards for like a solid half mile, but the hot button issue that we're facing is the cafe car open? It's corn. We're passing corn. Miles, that's corn.
So much corn in like
I know.
Morning. Look, it's the Albany skyline.
All 4 buildings. Jackson, eating traveling on buses, trains, and boomer shot.
So this is the train that came from New York. It currently has no locomotive. It's just a bunch of coaches lying on the platform. This is our train from Boston. It has 2 locomotives. So what I'm guessing they're gonna do is have this pull forward and then come back and couple up with this, which means that we will still be just as close to the engine as we were before. We'll be regaled with the sound of horns all night.
That would be fun. Also, we just turned 180 degrees.
I know, why did we do that?
I think you were gesturing, but hey, it works. Rhetorically, it makes sense.
All right, what's your Albany station review?
This is a nice-ass station.
What is it? What is it? Burger Butcher Block. It's kind of fun how the most basic event is a big deal on trains. Like, we've got a bunch of people lined up to watch this.
These trains couple, yeah.
You may now kiss the bride. It would appear that we're leaving Albany. It's 7:40, so we're 35 minutes late, so we've made up a little time. I mean, in Albany's defense, the skyline looks decent from this angle where we can only see the old buildings and not, like, the stupid ones.
I also want to point out that we have enough legroom that Miles was literally kneeling in the legroom to film that shot.
Totally and we are going very fast right now. 90. Oh, well, we were going 93 miles an hour.
Wait, what station is this?
This is Connected Daddy. This is the Mohawk River.
In Schenectady. We're riding into an amazing sunset on a train, which is like, that's kind of like peak Americana.
And we're beating the cars, which is not peak Americana, but I'm okay with that. Do you see that bridge? I don't, because oh. Okay, well,
Jinx.
There you go. Adirondack Power and Light. That's an old school power plant. Interesting.
We got some cloud action up there. And there's Miles' reflection. Miles, say hi to the reflection of the camera.
Hi, reflection of the camera. I can't really see anything because someone decided there shouldn't be a window here.
Aww.
I see you have train beer.
I got a train beer and I got a train cheeseburger. What'd you get, Miles?
DiGiorno's, baby. Let's do it.
Why do they call it oven pride when you in the cold food, out, hot, eat the food?
Are you wondering how good this pizza is? It's DiGiorno's
You didn't answer the question of how good it is.
I answered it. This might be our last vestige of sunset and it doesn't capture well. Say hi, Jackson.
Hi, Jackson.
We're just sitting here in an Amtrak cafe car in the middle of the night. I mean, this is so nice. This is the way to travel. We're in coach and it's still amazing. It's apparently raining out.
Wait, since
Doesn't
when?
affect us. I don't know.
Steamed hams, I've never heard of the expression. I grew up in Utica.
It's an Albany expression. We're about 31 minutes late right now, I think. So we're like...
That's not the worst we've been. We've kind of been making up some time.
There's some sort of tourist train on this side of the platform. Is Syracuse everything you dreamed it would be?
I think this is like an old folks home or something.
In case you had any doubts about where we are. Oh, but look, they put the text on the other side too, even though there are no trains here. Actually, look how it's like peeling way more. Yeah. We're departing everyone's favorite place, Syracuse.
Hear that sound?
Yes.
That's the sound of us only being 17 minutes late. Can you believe it?
They've turned on the nighttime lights.
Yeah.
And we're about to watch one of the greatest shows on television. It's some Auntie Anne's pretzels.
Life is good right now. These pretzels are making me thirsty.
Well, that's all the Rochester I need in my life.
This is the Rochester station. It's a pretty nice station.
Yeah. Well, that's all the Rochester I need in my life. Here's our layout for bed.
We have our glasses off. You want to know why? Because we're about to go to sleep. We'll see how morale is after this first night, but we're going to give it our best shot. Oh, that was a night of sleep.
Wow, you just, your voice really explained how your night of sleep was.
Yeah, right. I slept maybe like 30 minutes.
Guess how late we are? 0 minutes.
We somehow made up all the time last night. We're stopped at Bryan, Ohio.
This is the second least used station in Ohio.
Oh, wow.
Of the 7. It is like scarily dark out here. I'm hoping we get some epic lightning flashes.
We're becoming like storm chasers on Amtrak.
It is raining cats and dogs, as the kids say. I'm happy to be on this train and not getting off anywhere.
By the way, food update. We're in the cafe car. We just had a bagel, and we're sharing a cinnamon roll.
Old locomotives in Elkhart, Foamer time. If I'm looking at this correctly, our Amfleet 2 coach has sprung a leak. And it's right on my seat.
The South Bend Amtrak station is conveniently located near such attractions as this power plant.
The leak has moved to the next seat, so now it's landing on my leg instead of my head.
Wow.
I would say it's an improvement. Jackson, now that we're leaving South Bend, do you know what the next stop is?
If you leave me now, you take away the greatest part of me. Ooh, baby, please don't. 1976, baby. We're about to pass from Eastern Standard Time into Central Standard Time.
I've never made an effort to look for this.
Yeah, I know. I've never made an effort to look for it too, so I'm curious to see what's going to happen. I am on the edge of my seat. Okay, all right. County Line Road is this. Wait. Still 10:03.
Man.
Ooh.
Now we have a disparity.
Yeah, I'm living in the future.
Wow, it's an old train station in LaPorte, Indiana. It's almost like the train should stop here because it's a sizable city. There is some super heavy industry here. We have just entered Illinois.
Wow, I can tell because the scenery looks so different compared to the last state we were in.
Jackson, as you reflect on the journey right now, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling tired, but I mean, in every aspect except like sleeping positions, this has been an incredible trip.
The power's gone out, but I guess we're at Union Station, so it's just them telling us to get out of here.
It's them like shutting off the lights with hopes we'll leave.
Goodbye, Lakeshore Limited, which was not particularly late for sure. It was only 30 minutes late or so. It wasn't terrible. Being down here is so pleasant. So, okay, now we're gonna go to the guy who actually reviews it. Okay, sounds good.
Hey, that's me. The Lakeshore Limited, as far as Amtrak routes go, is a pretty good connection from the East Coast to Chicago. You can take it either to Boston or New York because the train splits up in Albany, but you do want to note that there are different amenities on each. So Boston gets the cafe car, which means that sleeper passengers are given a cafe voucher for their meal on that leg of the trip, whereas New York passengers get the dining car, which means that sleeper people get a nice meal, but people in coach don't get anything. In terms of the scenery, it's okay, you know. Honestly, the independent portions out east are the best part. So going to New York, you've got the Hudson River, which is gorgeous. And then over in Boston, you've got some really pretty mountains as you go through the Berkshires. And then, you know, the train's in farmland for a short enough time that it's not boring. I'd say you get a good cross-section of like East Coast scenery. I want to go ahead and give it a B tier in terms of scenery. Pretty good, but not anything so stunning. As far as the service goes, it's really stupid that it's once a day, especially on some of the most important portions. So like Boston to Albany should be way more frequent than just the one Lakeshore Limited train a day. Chicago to Cleveland should be way more frequent. New York to Cleveland should be way more frequent. I mean, Ohio gets service only in the middle of the night. Sorry, Cleveland.
It's Ohio, they deserve it.
No, more frequency is really needed on this train, and because of that, I think I have to go C tier. It's not a complete and total D because at least it runs once a day, but was a service that really should have more frequent service. Should be more. Camera person, anything you want to add?
My arms are tired.
Okay, stop.